It's handy, that's through the gap. It's against Bickle, Wheelsman. Good over for Pakistan, 6 runs conceded, none for 10. It's fine. Lehman, the fieldsman, doesn't get it. That's the first boundary as Ian Chappell and Healy take up the commentary.
Just going to clear mid-on. Quite out of the middle of the bat.
That's the longest boundary on the field, almost the longest. Is probably square of the wickets, just a touch longer, but short of a length. Gillespie to the right-hander, just a little too short. The flip pull shot was a good one by Nazir. Thought it was going to go for 4 and then struggled through for 3 in the end. Good shot.
That's one of his great strengths, Saeed Anwar, the onside.
You only have to get on middle stump and he'll play this shot. In the past, there's been a man placed at backward square catching for this shot, and that's middle and leg, worked fine. The fine leg had gone to the left of screen to cover for the one that hit the middle of the bat, but just the inside edge was enough to power it for 4 on that short boundary. Andy Bickle must be off stump, no straighter, off stump and outside.
That's more like it from Saeed Anwar. The timing really in that shot that you come to know this man for.
Just a wristy back foot cover drive. Back foot's much more effective playing through there than he is on the front foot. McGrath just dropped it in a little bit short, but he pounced. There's a gap left there for the shot, but the shot is supposed to be off the front foot.
Under 3 runs per over, that'll boost it a little bit. On that occasion, Imran Nazir doesn't run, and he doesn't have to.
It's a brilliant shot, a little bit wide, Andy Bickle, and he pounces on it. Been critical of him not doing this to every delivery he gets, and now they seem to have the pressure on Bickle like they haven't for Gillespie and McGrath. Now Andy Bickle has to respond, and that man has to keep doing it. It's now turned into a solid start, none for 41.
That's a good shot, little flick of the wrist. A couple of boundaries to start this over. It's exactly what Pakistan need now to get a bit of a move on. Good solid base.
It's his third 4, half volley on leg stump, and gets it in the middle. Minimum of effort and no trouble reaching the rope.
Fine leg is up. Might sound like a strange comment to say that he just reacts to every ball, because people tell you that you just got to play every ball on its merits, but you do need to have a bit of a game plan in mind, and I never feel with Imran that he does have a bit of a game plan. Wide caught by Torfel.
Well, it's dangerous. Lucky Shane Watson got that past the batsman, because fine leg is up. It's time now for Andy Bickle's a little bit expensive, as he was at the start of his spell in the first game on Wednesday. Shane Watson has to get it together this end, and of course Pakistan want to try to go both.
Another wide called. So what happened with Shane Watson? One you let get away, you Queenslanders?
Well, it was good for cricket, I think, and good for Watto, definitely, that he left. Tasmania spotted him at the academy in South Australia. He wasn't at the time in the Queensland state squad, and so they made him an offer to come to Tasmania, and it's been unbelievably good for him. Now Imran Nazir has missed 3 there. The 2 wides, okay, got away with that. Then the third one, which he should have been ready for, should have had the balance together. He still missed it, and it didn't get called. It was probably should have been called wide. There's a man in it catching mid-wicket. The ball could be flipped either side of him or over him for plenty of runs, but Watson cannot control the in-swing.
This time he finds the gap on the offside. Shane Watson trying to make an adjustment, get away from the legs.
And Nazir got his front foot out to this one. On the move and worked it into the gap. That's good play. Both Bickle and Watson under pressure. 6 off this over so far. 1 ball remains.
Shot. He likes the pull shot. That's another good over for Pakistan. They move to none for 56 after 15.
It's fine. Aaron Lehman's the man. Won't get there. Boundary's also flowing for Saeed Anwar now. Growing signs for Australia, Mark.
Good afternoon, Mark and viewers. Pakistan looked a bit nervous early. The ball got past the bat a number of times, but they got away with it. Now the ball's a bit softer, that shines off the ball. Looks a pretty good batting wicket. Not a lot of bounce, not a lot of pace. That'll suit the Pakistani batsman.
It's also going in the gap. Intention that shot from Anwar. He does tend to open the face. Also been an intention on the batting side of things out there. They've definitely targeted Bickle and Watson. Pakistani openers. McGrath and Gillespie did well. 12 overs between them for only 29 runs there. Bickle is into his 3rd over. He's already gone for 23. Watson 1 over for 10. Foot is down on the accelerator for Pakistan.
Having opened the batting pretty recently in one-day cricket, always discussed with Adam Gilchrist that the first 5 or 6 overs were the hardest for a batsman. Once you get through those 5 or 6 overs, then it does get easier. Particularly when you've got your 2-class bowlers opening the bowling. Follow-up bowlers, as good as they are, will probably always be easier than the opening bowlers.
Fieldsman out there, gets there. Damien Martin's the man. Keep that for 2. Imran Nazir looks a good player to me. Economy of foot movement, keeps his head fairly still. Times the ball exceptionally. I think there's no doubt the Australians have said that they're using this series as part of their build-up for the World Cup for next year. I'm sure this is one position they'll be looking very closely at. The battle between Brett Lee, Andrew Bickle and Jason Gillespie. I don't think any of them have cemented their spot in this one-day side at this stage. Look at those figures there of Bickle. Strike rate of 44, runs per over 4.6, so he goes for slightly less than Brett Lee. Has a lot less wickets from a very similar amount of games.
I disagree slightly there, Mark. I think Jason Gillespie is a standout bowler. I think he's and Glenn McGrath picked themselves. Look at Brett Lee's figures. Better strike rate, runs per over slightly higher. They're 2 different types of bowler. Brett Lee, more attacking bowler, will get you wickets. Andy Bickle can probably do that, but he's more attuned to tying at one end.
Surface shot, that'll go all the way. Just over the rope for 6. Once again, just short of a length from Watson. Imran Nazir quickly onto the back foot. Once again, that timing is superb.
It's a great shot. Shortish, probably halfway down. Not a lot of bounce in the pitch, and that enabled Imran Nazir to have great control over the shot and great power. Missed out a couple on the leg side previous over, but not this time.
For 2 on this occasion. And was keen to come back. But his partner, Saeed Anwar, who's not running to the danger end, didn't want it. Here's the 6 again. Just a short arm jab, really. Very wristy player when he's on the front foot, Imran Nazir. If it's short, he tends to lock that back arm. Previous delivery. Imran Nazir was keen for 2. His partner, very happy so far, just stick with the 1. Straight up in the air. It should be caught. Brett Lee has dropped it. Well, it fell awkwardly in between about 3 or 4 fieldsmen, but Brett Lee got there, and I suppose in the end probably should have caught it. Come back and have a look at that after the break. 17 overs, none for 74, Pakistan.
That is a sensational shot.
Starts with a full toss. It's nicely played. Nazir didn't try to hit it too hard, just used the pace of the ball. Picks up yet another boundary.
Certainly do need a wicket, Australia. Pakistan upping the ante considerably. Real loosener from Shane first up there. Imran Nazir probably could have hit that anywhere he'd like to, but he found a gap, fine leg, and tucked it away nicely. Those fingers might be a little bit stiff and tight from Warnie. Taking him a couple of overs, a couple of balls at least to warm those up.
Straight to first slip. That's 53 runs in the last 6.2 overs. That's why Shane Warne's on. And also a drop catch.
Well, I say catches can win matches. Certainly lose your matches if you don't take those chances when they come. Looked like it was going to fall safe. Brett Lee made good ground, got there, but put it down. You need to take those chances when they come.
That'll be 50. Imran Nazir. That was exceptionally well played. 50 from only 57 deliveries. 5 4s and a 6. After a slow start. 15 runs from only 33 balls at one stage. He is now right on top.
Excellent innings from Imran Nazir. Probably have a few more runs too if Saeed Anwar had run a little harder. But he's striking the ball very nicely. Looks comfortable.